Hello.
Lordy Garrett.
Chalice dungeons are pretty dope.
Yeah, they are. Hello, normal people.
This one's
How are you doing today?
oof. No, this one's got a big boy in here.
Memento, you're here. It's good to see you. Sorry. Continue.
So, this one's pretty difficult. I've tried getting this off stream, and there's like an enemy that throws fireballs,
Oh, no.
and it does a shit ton of damage, like a one hit.
Damn. I forgot you have a flamey weapon. That is pretty cool. You have like a charm on it. What did I miss? A bit of Code Vein. We beat the... What is it? The Ultimate Alliance 3, the Doom DLC, where you unlock like the Fantastic Four and Doom and all that. That was pretty fun. And now we're gonna go through, I think it's whatever like the Vampire DLC is, but I think that's more of like a challenge mode, but it gives you the option of playing through like regular story mode on a harder difficulty. But before doing that, we're gonna go back through on the superior difficulty, because that makes enemies drop like better stuff. And it said like the recommended level for nightmare mode is like level 50 or 60. I'm like, we need to figure out our team setup and what gems to use before we do that. So we'll go on the second highest.
All right, the really difficult enemy is right there.
Oh boy!
All right,
Bad boy!
I'm gonna see if he can drop down here. Make less work for me.
And Demon King helped on Codebane. That was very nice. That's always nice whenever I have someone that can help me play the game while I'm playing the game. And I did think it was funny that when I was going through the cathedral, Demon King was like, over here. No, over here. You know, I played this game a whole bunch and I still don't know the layout of this place. And I was like, you know what, fair enough. Like I thought, oh, just because I'm going through this first time it must be hard, but given how like labyrinthine the cathedral is, it's nice knowing like, no, even though I've played this for a while, this is bullshit.
All right. Those guys are fucking ridiculous. Oh, sorry, not who you're talking about.
Oh, Demon King's pretty cool.
The Flamey Boys.
Oh. Okay, okay, that's just like not a candelabra, a chandelier. From far away, I was like, what the hell is that?
Oh, I could like sneak attack the big guy.
Oh, do a
by
falling
going
attack.
this way, yeah.
If it follows Dark Souls rules, which for the most part this game does, the further down you fall, the more damage you will do when you land on them, because it has slight momentum rules to it.
Have I already?
The only downside is you take fall damage too. But I guess there is stuff in this game that might reduce fall damage, or I guess you could just wear lighter armor to take less fall damage. I got a sick-ass Kingdom Hearts jacket from Hot Top the other day, and I love it. Oh, sweet! I totally keep forgetting that Hot Topic is a thing that exists, even though, like, was it 10 years ago? Maybe longer, like, Hot Topic was, like, the place for, like...
Walking Dead stuff.
Yeah. If, like, either, like, niche TV shows or anime or whatever, but it also had, like, the current TV show stuff or, like, the current game stuff or anime stuff. Like, it had a whole bunch of stuff. And I forgot that it actually has, like, Kingdom Hearts stuff, just because I forget that it... Like, yeah, it's more popular now because Kingdom Hearts... Like, whenever Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, and it had, like, a whole bunch of... Not advertising, but, like, the trailers and, like... Oh, yeah, just regular game stuff. And because it had been so long since they had a mainline game, and they were like, oh, it'll be on Xbox, too. I think that's what got everyone's attention. And now a lot more people know about it. But back then, Kingdom Hearts, like, the only reason I ever heard about it was a friend of mine in school mentioned, like, yeah, there's, like, this Disney game where you can go to, like, all these different Disney worlds, and you play as, like, a boy who's, like, on a quest to, like, defeat the darkness, and he's like, oh, this is amazing. And he's like, it's on PlayStation 2, and I was like, oh, no, I don't have a PlayStation 2. Or I didn't yet. And then I looked like, all right, what other games do they have? And they had a Chain of Memories for Game Boy Advance. And this is back before they had like the Recom, where it was for PS2. It was just regular old Game Boy Advance. And that's the one that has the different combat with the cards and stuff. And I was like, this is how the game plays? And I wasn't a super big fan of the card system when I first played, or like that wasn't the reason why I was playing. I just wanted to know the story. And in order to like know more of the story, because this was before like the YouTube days of like looking at playthroughs, I was like, all right, I have to learn this system. I have to learn the ins and outs. I have to be able to beat this. And then by the end, after I'd figure out how it works, I'm like, this is actually kind of fun. I'll go through like the extra stuff because I want to know more. But I was also a child, and I didn't know about like how you get like the key rewards? Because like I didn't know like, oh, you can go back to the previous floors and like go through again and unlock stuff. Because my brain was like, well, I don't need to go back there again because I've already beaten the world. It's like I didn't understand. Oh, there's reason to go back. So I didn't get like the best cards, but I got like Ultima Weapon card, which you get by, or you unlock the ability to buy it from Moogle shops when you beat Riku's story, I believe. So that was fun. And then like a few years later, I actually got to play the original Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, oh, I like this style of combat so much more. And it was just so magical and just, oh, this feels like almost like a self-insert of like, what if you got to be in the Disney stuff, but there's this dark thing that's trying to destroy or take over all the places. And I was like, oh yeah, I can get into this. Oh, it's so good. If you look up Kingdom Hearts 2 Varsity Jacket Hot Topic on Google, you might be able to find it. It's red and black with patches of the world cards on the sleeves. Oh, yay. Does someone say Kingdom Hearts? I did. Hi, Demon King. How you doing? Hot Topic in my area doesn't have much Kingdom Hearts stuff because of licensing. Oh, yeah, fair. I forget that that's like a... You got to pay the fees or whatever so that you can sell merchandise of a different company.
Keeper of the Old Lords.
I found Pauper fruit and sea salt ice cream friendship necklaces when I was there. Oh, that sounds amazing. You were legendary 10-star. Congratulations. Oh, what did I do? What did we do?
Ooh, okay.
I do love, even though like menacing or whatever, if you shoot them when they're that close, they still are just like, ah, ow. Even if it doesn't do a bunch of damage, they still reflect of like, I just got shot.
So he's just
a flame
throwing
boy.
Flames out.
It's a good thing your weapon's not only flame damage, otherwise it would suck.
Only flames.
You only have you have a charm, so it's just extra flame. Oh, good job.
There we go.
That's pretty good. Good job. It makes me so happy that you're learning the timing for this shit. Because for the most part, it's so much easier. I'll just hack at them, but you can do so much more damage whenever you get the giblet fondle in.
Come on. They got me.
How was the Law of Creation theme song? I really liked it. I was like looking for it because like, is there like an anime opening thing to it? But like, it was just like a song with like some background stuff. I liked it. It was a good pop. You got that one.
Ooh, I might want to go to the workshop and.
Oh, you can upgrade stuff?
Well, maybe not upgrade, but put a different charm on it, because this person, if I know Pokemon, is a fiery bitch. I need to not have fire.
Sometimes the Souls games will mislead you like that, of they can actually be, if not weak, then like not resistant to their own element. But then there's other times when they're just flat out immune to it.
Fuck. Well, it doesn't really hurt the...
What? I wasn't looking.
Oh, I don't have any blood
Oh, okay.
I do have blood. I do have blood.
You have the cold blood
The
brews.
crunchy blood.
Crunchy blood. I'm close to beating. Oh wait. Law of Creation is basically a playable manga mobile game. All right. I like that concept. I'm close to beating original 358 Days. I wish they remastered more cutscenes because, what do you mean they set up device to help Shion kill Roxas? Oh, I forgot about that. And yeah, whenever I heard that, like, oh yeah, they're remastering Days, I was like, oh hell yeah! And then whenever they came out with like the HD remix, it was just like a lot of HD cutscenes, and I was like, but there's like several text things that are very important to the story that are not cutscenes. And then like I guess between some of like the cutscenes, they just had like a still image and like a slight summary of like Roxas went on a mission with Lexius. They found out this, but like some of the actual dialogue was important for character reasons. When they skip that, it's like, oh wow, this is a very straightforward story. Like, oh, you didn't get to see the depth of everybody. I put like a lot of energy into like last night's D&D session. It was like Blake dropped by and he was like, or like he messaged me saying like, hey, I heard you running a game. Is it cool if I join? I was like, you can sit in for a session, and if you like it, then absolutely we can talk about you making a character. He came in and like while we're doing the game, and I gave him like a player like info pack of like, here's the world, here's some important people, and here's some extra abilities that I gave all of you guys that you can choose from. And then he was like, when he saw I gave him reading material, and he was like, do you have it in audiobook form? Like, and I thought he was joking at first. And then I saw his sincerity. He was like, if you can put this in audiobook form or like sound file mode, then like I will go through all of this. So I'm like, oh, okay, I can run that through my, the software that I use to set up my recaps. So sure, absolutely. So I'll make it sound all cool and have background music like an old Western narrator.
What is this?
But like I gave a lot of energy into just making the game feel like immersive and alive last night. Yeah. And I was like super like into it and all that. And then by like 9:30, because there's so many players versus so many enemies, by the end of round 1, 14 turns had passed. There was that much going on, and we went through 2 rounds of combat plus a bit, so it was like over 30 rounds happened. And that took like 2.5 hours. And then by the end, people were like, can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? And I was so brain fried that like I didn't say, hey, raise your hands and we'll go in order. I was just like, And Bariki had to step in and be like, why don't we raise our hands? And I was like, thanks, Ma. But I had a lot of fun. The players found, or the PCs, they were like going through this dungeon, and then one of them, exactly, and they oh wait, that's the boss. I forgot it's still in the same area, but like come on, brain.
Blood.
Oh yeah, they were like one of my friends from my character's backstory, like they've been hurt and they're stabilized, but they're resting upstairs. I want to go check on them. They go upstairs, like, all right, roll perception, and then like they see him, and then they hear like there's people at the entrance. We had a friend up at the entrance, and then one of them like sneaks up there, and like, oh no, oh no, we've been ambushed. They've taken down one of the NPCs, and the other one's disabled. And they had to sneak down, tell the rest of the party, and then sneak back up to try to save him. Like, this was supposed to happen at the end of the whenever you're done here, and you tripped it early. Well done, but also I did not expect this. So now whenever like they leave the dungeon, like there's no boys at the end to be like, aha, give us the treasure. They got him.
Our last session, we did something that Matt was like, this... It was one of those things where you just barge into like the big bad or something like that and try to play it cool.
Oh yeah.
And then Ian was like, and that's the end of the game. And Matt was like, yeah, but I'm going to play it off like it isn't. It's like...
Sometimes that's more fun.
It's like, you know, like, yeah, it should have been that way, but I have planned so much so you guys don't die this time.
And then it turns into like, but what would the story look like if like you tried that and it wasn't deadly? Like how could it still have ended up? So I like that style.
All right, it looks like I might need to just slash sidestep. There's a lot of sidesteps.
I believe in you, my boy. Also, there's a suggested emulator for Days you can play it on. It's called Melonix. Oh, I think I've heard of that one. I don't know how it all works because I don't have a PC, but it seems people use that in filming gameplays. Okay, gotcha. They were doing, I think it was called like Melon Mix. Not Melon Mix. Melon Refine.
Especially if you get Cantaloupe in there.
Basically, someone made Days to where instead of needing like a second screen because they didn't really use touch controls even though it was a DS game, they put like the map that would be on the bottom and like the top either like left or right and like shrunk it down so you could sort of play it as like a I guess just a regular game, just a single screen game. And they made like some tweaks about the game, but it still has a whole bunch of bugs, and last time I checked on the progress was like 6 months ago, and it's still far from being fixed. Like you can play through it, but like sometimes it will like freeze on certain cutscenes, or like when a certain cutscene's supposed to play, it just goes to a black screen. But like I heard that that's a really good one. Flew under the radar. Have you been meaning to? Oh yes, please join us for next stream in their Streamlabs. Oh yeah, we are one subscriber away from 330. Tell your friends. We're funny sometimes. And we get better at games as we play them. Although it took us forever with Ultimate Alliance 3 of just, what do we do? Skill button. There's synergy? What's synergy? And I had to Google so much shit. And then I was like, all right, now I have to explain this to Garrett. But I have to do it in a very simple way. Not because you won't get it, just because I have to say it in a simple way so that I can understand it in more simple terms as well.
And oftentimes games just make it too complicated.
Like there might be a whole like tips and like, oh, here's some hints or whatever, and try mixing these things together to do extra damage. Like, all right, can you give us...
Fuck, dude.
That hurt. That was horrible. And the game basically at the beginning was like, all right, push R2 to do synergy attacks. And whenever you're close to some people, you might be able to do a synergy attack, and it's extra damage. It's like, all right, how do I know what kind of people I can use this with? Figure it out. And I'm like, what do you mean, figure it out? Apparently, the way you figure it out is whenever you're in the hero select, and it says, like, attack attribute for the skill, like energy or melee or whatever, it will say like synergy type or something, and it'll have like a little symbol, whether it's like the rapid punchies or like the super fast swingy swaps. And then like, all right, if that's the same one as another one that has that same one on your team, then that can work. But if it, I'm sure it like explained it like in the very beginning, but it did not the best job of explaining it. So I was like, okay. So I had to Google what synergy was, and then we actually had to do it to beat Doc Ock in one of the fights. Because like his arms would, or his octopus arms would like slam all around, and if you do regular damage, or just regular skills or regular attacks, he takes so little damage, and because he does so much, you kind of get like, oh, I cannot defeat him this way. We were on normal mode. And there were times whenever, like, I think we got some pretty good defense. We've been, like, leveling, like, off of not just story. We've been doing, like, infinities and stuff. Like, we should be good. Nope. Several times, even though you were Deadpool and you could heal and you had high defense. Nope. He's still just mowed over us. And then we had to go through the laser areas where it would just be like, you got hit, also you got flung away. Here's another one. Oh, you're getting up? We're going to bap you again and knock you back. into the laser again. And then I had to Google, like, how do we get past this? Like, use the thing and then hold the rock up to defend. And I was like, that's it? And the video was like, that's fucking it. You can either do that or play as Colossus and use a skill where he becomes invulnerable for a bit. And I was like, all right, I'll do the thing. We don't have Colossus yet. Joining us for next stream. Didn't see it. I'll be there. Yay! Yay! Yeah, I usually will set up like the schedule or whatever. I set it up so that the stream will show up like the day before or like the morning of the day that like that we stream. Just because if I don't, then oh, come on, brain. Or like, I usually do it like that soon because if I do it earlier, then it will just show like whenever you're scrolling through your feed, it'll just show like, oh, here's planned stream, and it's just like a weird thumbnail that is basically just our background on our page. I'm like, well, I don't have a whole bunch of other thumbnails I can use, so I'll just do it a bit before, so that it doesn't just like a gunky video.
Damn it. Okay.
Although I do have like a thumbnail generator thing I could use because of I use vidIQ, which is like a YouTube extension for Chrome, and one of the features is like, oh, we can AI generate your thumbnail. I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna go, but all right. I tried like having it generate one for the Kingdom Hearts one, and it gave like a sort of model that sort of looks like Sora if he was like from Wish. Alright, I guess I'll just make my own. But at least I can make my own thumbnails for like the regular
Holy
videos.
shit.
Oh, good job!
Got your ass.
I can make like the regular thumbnails for like just the highlights videos, but I might try generating thumbnails just for this stuff, because otherwise it's just a bluish sort of background screen.
Oh. Is there a third level? Oh, there's only
dungeon,
2 in this one.
Each dungeon.
It'll say
at
how many
most
levels
3.
it has, but I thought this one said 2.
Oh yeah, because I forgot there's a difference between levels and layers that I Googled last time. Because there's certain, I'm like, where's this? Oh, it's on the 3rd level. I'm like, or the 4th level. I'm like, but there's only 3. And then I had to Google further. I'm like, there's a difference between layers and levels. You get different levels by doing the weaker dungeons, and you unlock the stronger ones. More on the jacket I got. It says the door is open above one of the pockets, and the world patches are Pride Lands, Disney Castle, Halloween Town, Space Paranoids, Timeless River, and Atlantica. I like that. I'm kind of sad that they didn't have Tarzan again, but I think that was like a licensing problem. And also, like, even if like they did get more licensing, there's not really a whole bunch more you could do with Tarzan after you go through the main story. I guess there was like the Tarzan TV show, and you could the blood just slid off. But I guess you can maybe go off the TV show, or they could make their own story like they did in several of the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2. They'd have like an initial visit that was like, oh, this is like the story from the movie. And the second one was like, all right, this is if their lives went on and organization is just fucking it up. Oh! Yikes!
No.
Whoa.
I shot you before you did that. Come on.
I do kind of wish that they brought Neverland back. Because, like, it was in Birth by Sleep. It was in 1. And originally in the first, or in, gosh, what was it? Birth by Sleep. The story is just Peter Pan and the Lost Boys. First game, oh, there's Wendy. If you did a next one, you could do it over, what was it? Peter Pan 2. The one where it's about Wendy's daughter, Jane. That could be a cool new one. I really want to see Princess of the Frog World. I have yet to see that movie. I've heard that it's really good, and like just from like the songs that I hear, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, this is amazing. I think that came out in like an era where I was like super burned out on Disney movies, because I think they came out after Frozen maybe, and everyone kept on seeing Let It Go like so much, and there was like a whole lot of memes about that and kids quoting a whole bunch. I guess that's like what we did when we were kids, but like hearing that like day in and day out, because for like a period of time whenever I was like a cashier, they would just play that on the radio just to have like some music going on up front, and I was like, I hate this. So when they're like, we have another one, I'm like, oh, it's just gonna be another movie where everyone's singing the same song over and over. So I'm just gonna, I don't want to be involved in this. And now that I'm kind of like, all right, I've recovered years later, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm behind on a lot. I remember there was a time whenever I would watch like all of the Disney movies that came out just because I was raised on Disney. It was always pretty good fun. I think the last one I saw was Frozen 2. Well, that wasn't super recent because like there's Princess and the Frog and like all Tangled and like all this other stuff, but like I went from like Frozen to Frozen 2 and saw like nothing in between. I think I saw Tangled and that was like the only one. And I'm glad they took the story of Rapunzel that I heard as a kid like twice, and I was like, oh, okay, she had long hair and she threw it out the window and the guy climbed up. And they just made a whole fucking movie about like, this is how it started. She ate the flower that could cure any illness or wound. And I'm like, oh.
Copious amounts of opium.
Yeah. Can you imagine a Disney movie with drugs in it? But not me. But like, what if? Although I think like the most, I want to say drug, but like most trippy, I think it was Pixar, not Disney, was Inside Out. Or like it was like all the, all the feelings for people inside of like this little girl's head. And I was like, all right, this, what we're seeing on the screen, this is how me as a child would imagine what the inside of my brain looks like.
I don't like this place.
I think it gave like a good idea to kids that like it's okay to feel one thing at a time. Like something can be like sad and happy. Like it's okay. Feelings are complicated. What was that? Oh,
sounds
it's the big
like
boy.
Somebody wants to sell me something. No, it's the bag man.
He wants to sell you. That was a warning, Perry.
Yeah.
Shot me.
There we go.
Do you ever think about like the original versions of those stories? At least I think they're the original versions. Oh, you mean like
the Grimm stories?
Oh yeah, like the Grimm, like the non-Disneyfied versions. Like the, I don't remember much, but I heard like Beauty and the Beast was like so much darker, and like I think Peter Pan's was the Lost Boys. It's not that they stayed young forever in Neverland. It's whenever they grew up, he would kill them and then steal more children. Which I was like, oh shit. I'm trying to think, what other original versions do I know of like the old stories? I don't know the Sleeping Beauty one or the Snow White one.
Cinderella, they cut off their toes and just tried like chopping stuff off their feet so they would fit in their slippers.
I forgot about that. Hey, Aphis a VTuber. I'm doing all right. How about you? I think Flynn just straight up gets blinded in the original Rapunzel, like he falls into a thorn bush. Oh, that makes sense if he tries to like climb the hair, and because it's hair, it just snaps, and he just falls into a thorn bush.
Alright, I'm gonna upgrade something and just spend all of my blood before I do this boss battle and probably die. Motherfucker, what is that?
Oh, and thank you for the follow.
What is that?
Oh, it's all right. It's just a boy, but he's on all fours.
I don't like that. It's gross.
Oh, he's got the hoppies down too.
Well, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
I'm going home. I think Mother Gothel was pretending to be Rapunzel, and then she makes Flynn fall when he gets up to the window. Oh, no. That's much darker. Like, the original ones, like, of these stories, it makes me think of, like, how, like, a Russian fairy tale would be. Of like, oh, there's a lesson, but no, it doesn't end happily. It's the sad version, so don't go into the woods, kids.
Very well.
Because like, I think originally, like, I think, yeah, in regular, like, Red Riding Hood, like, Grandma gets eaten by the wolf, and then the lumberjack or the woodcutter or whatever, like, frees Grandma by just cutting open the wolf with his axe. And I was just like, oh. Oh, wow. That's a gruesome picture. Would you like a 6% item drop chance, or from 3 to 6% extra item drop chance?
Maybe. Let's see. I think my endurance is pretty good now. I think I might need to just get my health up.
Okay. The Little Mermaid, I think she fails and gets turned into sea foam. She was tasked with killing the prince, I think. I remember being at least told, because I haven't read it, was like whenever she like makes the deal and like her fins or flippers or whatever, like they turn into legs. Whenever she tries to walk on them, it feels like walking on glass. Because, like, she had never had feet before, so her nerves had never, like, felt the sensation of supporting your entire weight on them. So it just felt excruciating just to walk. How's the stream going? So far, it's going pretty good. Garrett just finished a Chalice dungeon.
No, I haven't yet.
Oh, you haven't? Well, he's been playing a Chalice dungeon. What other games do you play? Code Vein. On Sundays, on Wednesday, right now, we're playing Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, which I keep thinking is the Black Hand. And I don't know what the Black Hand is from. It feels like it's a Ninja Turtles thing, but I think that's the foot. Does it ever say... Chat, if anyone knows anything about like the old balls, like the old like fairy tales, like does it ever say why Ursula is evil?
She's not pretty. She wants to be pretty.
But like before that, yes, absolutely true. But like before that, like you could tell like Triton like hated Ursula before she did anything. The movie.
Well,
so I'm like, is she like the
something.
ex that like it didn't end well with, or what happened? And I love how in like both Kingdom Hearts games you murder Ursula, and in the second game you kill her by singing.
Murder Ursula.
Like you're doing like a not really rhythm, but like a music mini game as like a cutscene's happening.
The best song ever.
Yeah. Gosh, I can't even remember the tune. Well, I guess there's several songs, so there's many tunes. But, like, you're mashing the circle button to, like, a certain rhythm, and you're just shooting a beam of light through Ursula, and she's just like, ah! And I'm just like, oh, my God.
Come on. No. I still don't know what that does.
I think all it does is make you stagger, because your health and stamina did not go down. And no, like, debuff bar popped
there
up.
we go.
For a minute, I thought it only moved that small chunk, and I was like, oh, no.
Let's see. I went through there.
AI overview says Ursula was Triton's sister, but I don't trust the AI overview stuff. Oh, okay. It could be like a Reddit theory.
Ladder.
It looks like they were setting some nice stuff up before it all went to shit in here. There's just furniture against the walls.
Probably gonna be a big bad in here. Oh, there's a
Alfred. Prospector Olek.
Prospector Olek from the other.
He helped you in another one.
Oh, here's this.
He died in the boss fight, I think, but he was a very good extra target.
Okay, so now I know where that is. Goes on up here.
Apparently Ursula was banished and had a vendetta against Triton ever since. Oh, okay. Hello. Oh, it's a boy. Was a boy. Funny if he just doesn't stand up like,
Hey.
You cute. I don't like the, what was it, the Iron Man 3 of like, I don't even like them. I don't like working here. Yeah. I'm just going to go home. If you were playing like a game like Skyrim, or like a game where like, all right, the baddies attack you, swing, swing, swing. If there was one dude that like actually like puts his weapon down and is like, I don't even like them, would you spare them or be like, no, I don't trust you?
I don't know. I'd like to think I could trust them, but they could have another gun.
That is true. I do like the option of like, not option, like mechanic or whatever. It's more of a thing in like what is it, like Total War Warhammer, where like if you're doing really good, then like, and you're like hurting a certain enemy or whatever, the enemies around it, if they see you like just destroying some, like one of the dudes that's really strong, they'll just run away and flee the battle. I'm like, thank you. Like, a soldier isn't like this unthinking dude that's just like, I fight till I die. Sometimes I think about how Dimmick seemed to think about the whole nobodies can grow hearts thing. I forgot about that. Because at first, and I think it was in Kingdom Hearts 2, whenever, like, a nobody, I can't remember who it was, like, talks about a heart, and then, like, Sora and Donald are like, you're nobodies, you don't have hearts. And I was like, oh. Like, this is a being that's, like, questioning their existence, and they're basically like, no, you're invalid, you suck, you should die. Just, oh. I guess because they've only ever fought the Heartless, and they've been just unthinking creation monster things, except for Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, which was sort of a dude. Like, yeah, a dude's heartless, but like the other heartless you see are pretty much just like the regular mindless ones. So I guess he didn't really have any reason to think that the nobodies were different, because most of them they fought, like the Dusks and the Snipers and Berserkers and all that, they were just unthinking things. So whatever you saw, like the ones that look like people, why would they be different? When you're about to fight Dimmix and Hollow Bastion, he goes, oh, we do too have hearts, don't be mad. I think he loomed more than that on. Yeah, because I thought that, like, was it established that, like, nobody's, like, they don't start with hearts, but they can grow them, or they can end up getting them somehow. That could have just been a fan theory I heard, but I could have sworn that I like heard or saw it in the game, and I was like, oh, they can go from like empty shells, just echoes this one used to be, to like existing as their own person. Because I think that happened with Roxas and Shion, I believe, in 3. Demix talks about them being able to grow hearts in Dream Drop distance. Oh, okay, that's what it was. I haven't played Dream Drop in a long time, but I do remember actually really liking it. I sort of hated the drop gauge of just like, all right, I'm playing through the game. Oh, you ran out. You have to switch to the other person. But I won't wanna. Well, the bar ran out. But you can also just buy items that like refill the gauge, so it's fine. Play as like Riku for a while, and you keep filling up the bar. Once you get past X amount of worlds, it won't let you go further until you do them with Sora. So I guess I don't know if it explains why, other than just like you must beat with both Sora and Riku. Like I wish there was a reason in game that it doesn't work. And I do like that, like, depending on how well you did, you can purchase bonuses for your duration of playing as the other character. That was like alright, fine. Like, I'll allow this malarkey as long as you can let me make the other person better. I think most, if not all, organizations had some form of heart, especially if they were able to get older. Okay. Gosh, who was one that we like didn't see like hardly at all? I guess Demix. Well, no, because first he was Hollow Bastion, or not Hollow Bastion, Olympus, and then he was Hollow Bastion. So we got to talk to him a bit. I guess everyone got some screen time. In case to at least the... Oh, that's Frenzy. I think, if it's the circly one. That's a bad one to get hit by.
Fuck. Dude, I was so close to killing her.
Looks like a Banshee from OG Souls. It's the same jagged ghost blade and everything. Let's see. Yeah, we didn't get much with Luxord. Because, let's see, he shows up in Port Royal. And he's like, oh, the coins, the curse, the blah, 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 blah. And then that happens, and then you see him in World That Never Was, and he's like, you! And he's like, I'd rather we skip the formalities. And like, oh, okay. I guess there's no speech, just fight. I don't know that we know, like, hardly anything about Luxord. Or at least, like, not when he was human. We've seen, like, several of the others back when they were human. Like, Ienzo, Lee, Dylan, Alias? Whatever Lexus's human was. At least in the mainline games. Like, I know in, what is it? The mobile game, Dark Road, Union Cross, whatever. You see Marluxia and maybe Larxene when they're human, which I think Laurium, and I can't remember her name. So we saw them there, but I don't think we've seen Luxord. We saw Zigvar's Braig. Did we see Demix as human? Streamlabs, calm down. We kind of got to see Luxor, at least in Kingdom Hearts 2. You only see him in the second Port Royal and killing the castle. Yeah. I guess we like shouldn't expect to get like info on like all of the organization like right then. But I guess right then we didn't know like, all right, there's going to be like Dream Drop, or I guess you assume there's going to be a 3. But after you saw them like get killed, you assume like, oh, okay, I guess they're just out of the story now. We know the least of Dimix and Luxord. I think the common theory is that they were from the age of fairy tales. Oh. Dang, I need to look up more on this stuff. Actually, no, I'd just rather play through again because that will make me retain it better than just watching a video. There was a character in the Missing Link cutscenes that looked like Demix based on the hairstyle. Oh, okay. And Shion, well, we kind of know about her, but she's like she's an anomaly. Nobody. Not even really a nobody. Just like a blank slate sort of thing made from memories, I think. Whoa!
Oh, that's the other side of that, okay. I know exactly
You
what
took that
is.
much better than I did. Oh!
So that's where that sound was coming from.
Yeah, this is how we learn.
Just need to get back there and grab my blood.
Let's see. Makes me wonder if Xemnas... oh, excuse me. If Xemnas didn't get Norded, or whatever the term is, and like was allowed to just be his own person, like unmanipulated, anything from Xehanort, like, and he was allowed to live and wasn't killed, like if he was able to like get a heart, not like the kind of heart he wanted, like the hearts burning with hatred, like that kind of thing. If he was able to quote unquote get a heart from his manufactured Kingdom Hearts, would he have been like okay after that? Or would he have still been like the dude that's just like manipulating people to get his own ends, like he was Sora? Like, I'm wondering, like, if he actually got what he wanted, could he have become better, or is it just no? Because, like, we know that the nobodies aren't necessarily like their originals, because Roxas and Sora are nothing alike. Because, like, well, obviously, like, personality-wise, like, they might have like a sense of good, but Sora is much more like, I don't know if I just say goody two-shoes, but I don't know a better word than Roxas is. He's more of a cares about his friends. So, like, by that logic, I don't, like, the somebodies don't have to be like the nobodies. But Braig and Sigbar are pretty similar. But we also haven't seen that much of Braig. We just saw, like, alright, he's taking orders from Xehanort. He got hurt by Terra. Alright, last battle, he fought Terra and ran away. We didn't get to see much. Or he could have just been possessed or Norded from the beginning that he was a nobody or whatever. Considering Xemnas is still part Xehanort, him getting a heart wouldn't be good, I don't think. Yeah, but it's not his old heart. But I wonder if that matters. Because does Kingdom Hearts give you your original heart, or just give you quote unquote a heart? It still has yet to really to explain what a heart is. The only thing that we know for sure is hearts aren't data, or can't be stored as data, as shown by Ansem before the explosion.
And people aren't cargo, mate.
I wish they kept that in the movie so much.
Yeah.
Because that made, like, Jack Sparrow, like, so much more like, oh, he didn't just become a pirate just to
He was
Jack
kind of
Sparrow.
forced to be.
Yeah. The
They
fact that,
branded
like,
him.
he was a regular dude that I'm guessing he was just working on a ship, and by saying, no, this is wrong, they're like, pirate, and now he has no other recourse but to be a pirate.
Yeah.
If he goes to any civilized town, they'll just hang him.
Put him in gallows.
Short drop and a sudden stop. I love James Norrington. Brague was Norded sometime during Birth by Sleep, I think. In Aqua Store, you see his eyes suddenly yellow in the graveyard. Oh, I forgot about that. Because I remember... Well, you remember which game? When they were talking about, like, Xehanort or being possessed by Xehanort or whatever. And he was like, I'm already half Xehanort already. And I was like, is it because he only has one eye? Is that it? I'm not sure if Kingdom Hearts can actually give you a heart or not. For all we know, that was just the story Xemnas made up so the organization could stay together. I never even thought about that he could just be an unreliable narrator, like, for the audience, like, not just a liar for his own means. Have they even said what Kingdom Hearts /is/can do? Because is it just the door to the Dark Realm and that's it? Or the door to darkness or something like that? I forgot what it's called. World of Darkness? Anyway, that. Because at least in like 1, 2, Birth by Sleep, we don't really see what Kingdom Hearts does. I don't think it shows up in Days. And let me see what else. There's Dream Drop, which I remember very little about.
Okay, the monster's not there anymore.
Fragmentary Passage, which I only played once because I honestly didn't know it was like considered like part of the everything. So I was like, all right, I'll play it to see just how it plays and to learn the story. And I don't know that it was interesting enough for me to remember it. Not to say it's not interesting, just to me at the time I was like, whatever. And I remember next to nothing about 3.
Very well, let me.
Wasn't it said that in Dream Drop Distance, the original organization was formed to find the 13 vessels for Xehanort? I would not doubt that. And that makes me wonder, like, how did Xehanort choose those particular people or vessels or whatever for himself? Or did he just, like, go around, like, oh, I saw someone with a heart lose it and their body didn't disappear. That must be a nobody. Like, did he just happen upon them? Or did he specifically choose them? I think of his, like, he sees rocks, he's like, I'm going to possess a child. You can't say that, dude. I don't think Disney's going to let you get away with that. You already had the lightsabers. Can't do it. Oh, yeah, that was before. Well, no, I guess because it was Kingdom Hearts and Disney. But this was before Disney bought Star Wars. It was Kingdom Hearts 2. And everyone was like, is Star Wars going to sue them? But I guess now they don't have to worry about it. I never got why it was 13 Vessels of Darkness, and I think 7 of Light. I know, like, they can make whatever number they want for, like, this special thing that needs to be done. But, like, I don't know. I guess I expected, like, more symbolism just given, like, everything else in Kingdom Hearts. Like, oh, this links to that, and this links to that. Like, how does this... Like, we know, or 13 Vessels of, like, darkness or whatever, just because, oh, Organization 13, we've seen that. But with the 7, like, we don't know that number. How does that how? Reddit says that Kingdom Hearts represents the connection between all hearts and people, I guess. Someone having domain over that makes them God, kinda. Oh, okay. That makes sense. It's the, what's the word? It's the MacGuffin. It's the magical MacGuffin of if you get Kingdom Hearts, then you kind of win.
What's the name of this game? Kingdom Hearts.
And I love whenever, like, you, like, defeat Ansem and he, like, reaches out to Kingdom Hearts, try to open it. He's like, Kingdom Hearts, fill me with the power of darkness. And I'm like, ooh. I feel uncomfortable now.
This guy looks, he's got some, like, red... Okay, he's got a boomerang.
I mean, 13 means bad luck, and 7 is a good number, I think. Maybe that's me. Yeah, 13 bad luck and 7 is usually like, oh, lucky number 7, and some like
Shit.
religions like 7 is like a number of perfection.
A Thumerian descendant.
Apparently, Kingdom Hearts the game was going to originally be called Kingdom of Hearts. I don't know how much that would have changed things, because like, did people fall in love with the name or with the game? But if other people's heard it with a different title, would that have made them be like, oh, this sounds kind of cool?
The game was conceived of in an elevator where Disney and
Square?
Square.
The universe of Disney, and they're like, how would they function? But also they have to stay PG. And then I'm like, well, there's your problem.
Oh.
A lot of these Final Fantasy games, what happens in them is not PG. But because they had like old pixely graphics, they could get away with like not showing like all like the bad that happens.
Damn it. Took me off lock. He's pretty weak to my stabs.
He does look like an old man that's mostly cloak.
I
Not
kinda
even
wonder-
cloak, like a floofy, like...
He's not showing any fire. Flammable.
Just throw gasoline at him and just
It's
chasing him with a torch like, ah!
I have an oil urn. And I have Molotovs.
That could totally just be a candle. Or you could just totally take that, not candle, that little... That torch on the wall. It'd be nice if you could have used that as a weapon. Which, I've gone on rants before, like, if and you have tiny... It's like, that might be better.
Damn it.
But I guess it would, like, take so much more coding and time and, like, resources to, like, oh, you can pick this up, but you can't pick this up. Oh.
Okay, so fire did nothing.
I love the way his cloak just all around him. Oh no.
A saw cleaver. A sleever, if you will.
What does it say?
Our video being weird.
The frames have dropped over the past. Oh, that was only that was said as an hour ago. Let's see if this starts fixing.
Yeah, I can see in the YouTube. It's a little...
Sorry about that, y'all. It should be fixing now. I have this plug. I moved the Wi-Fi router thing down here, and I just have a...
Oh, is that why everything was kind of weird for a second?
Yes, I have it directly plugged in now. So it went from like, 200 megabits per second that I plugged in and hit like speed test, and it was like, you have 978 or something megabits per second. And I'm like, all right, let's do the math on that. What is that in megabytes? And it ends up being like 125. So it's like, oh, I could download GTA 5 in like 20 minutes. Oh, did it freeze? I don't think it did. Oh, okay. Just on YouTube, it wasn't moving for a second. That's the left nut. You're playing life dangerously, Garrett. I like it. I wonder what made the frames drop to begin with.
Oh, he's got two weapons now.
I wish it would say. It only ever says, like, notification, you've dropped this many frames in this time. Like, if they could say, like, oh, it's like an internet speed issue, or, oh, your Wi-Fi came unplugged, or something like that, then that'd be... Way to go, Garrett.
I think I'm getting it, James.
You're learning the timings for the parries.
Lower the Muru Chalice and cold dump blood gem.
Dumpy blood.
Dump blood. I got 33 eyes now.
So you will start seeing some shit in the game that like
Like that spider lady? That was
Yes.
Jumping? Okay. That probably explains why it didn't show up again whenever I went back.
or I don't know if it's her, but like there's a specific like
A night
enemy that's invisible unless you have enough insight, because it's like in lore, like your mind refuses to perceive something that horrible because like, oh, it couldn't possibly be real, and by having higher insight your mind is basically like, no, that shit exists, and therefore you can see her. And I was like, oh damn. Oh wait, go back to the cocktails. All right, that's how you get more damage. You just raise arcane, and it has A scaling. It's not just this much damage and that's it.
So for this one, I need skill or strength.
Strength's better on that one, but they'll both give you a smidge of bonus.
What about pistols? Oh, I could probably just...
Apparently, Destiny Island's trio was meant to be way more cartoony, but they changed it to make it not seem like Kingdom Hearts was for little kids. I'm glad that they did that. Because, like, yeah, I was probably a little... Let me see. It was, like, early 2000s. And I got a PS2 before Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. So we'll say, like, 2004-ish. Maybe 2003. So I was, like, 10, I think, whenever I played Kingdom Hearts 1. So maybe that's like the middle ground of like, yeah, kids, but not little kids. And I think because like, yeah, they're kids, but they're also not wacky, cartoonish, like Dora the Explorer or kind of like kiddie. Donald and Goofy were going to be in their original outfits to the Kingdom Hearts ones. Oh, you mean they'd have like 15 less zippers? We can't have that. I remember whenever like somebody finally posts online of like, yeah, did anyone else notice like the amount of zippers and belts in Kingdom Hearts? And someone else was like, now that you mention it, Yu-Gi-Oh's the same way. Plus the cane.
Kind of just
Follow
upgrading these as I
Yeah.
can, because I mean, I have no need for the blood stones.
Otherwise it'll
I need
build
the
up.
twins. I need the twin bloodstones now.
I think they're also going to have a Jungle Book World in Kingdom Hearts 1. But since it'd be too similar to Deep Jungle, it is with Tarzan. Yeah, I think I like Deep Jungle more. Just because, like, I don't know, as a kid, just I loved the movie Tarzan. Like, oh, this dude was like, the ship he was on went down, and then his family got to an island, and then they died. Well, not an island, but like wherever it was. And like, oh no, they died, and he survived, and he was raised by gorillas. And I'm like, oh hell yeah, this is amazing. Whereas I guess it's the same thing for Jungle Book, but it's just boy raised by bear. But in Deep Jungle, like, or Tarzan, he had to learn how to fight to survive instead of just relying on a bear. They're also going to have Atlantis, but it'll be way too advanced machine-wise compared to Gummy Ship, I think. Yeah, I forgot that the level of technology / magic-y stuff in Atlantis was like, when it was set, like in real world time or whatever, it was like mid 1900s, maybe late, or like it was. What technology of regular was like much lower, and then you get to like Atlantis, like, oh wow, they have magic powered elevators and they can make force fields. It's like the old Disney version of like Wakanda. But they're also dying of starvation because their whatever protector deity thing is like, we need another offering. The gummy ship was also gonna look more submarine-like. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Like, it's not like you're flying through space. It's like a giant sea. The ocean of space. While I'm totally fine to just watch Chalice dungeons, they're awesome. Was there a reason why you weren't going through regular bosses, or did you need to like level up and get better stuff?
No, I'm just kind of going through challenge dungeons.
Okay.
Get some good shit.
Oh yeah, because I think they dropped the blood things, the things that you can slot onto your weapons, I believe. Which those are always good to have.
Kind of prep a bit for the next main boss, I guess.
Okay. Ooh, a poison knife.
I need to start saving those.
I remember, like, how do we get that? You get them specifically in this dungeon. Like, where else? Like, that is it. This is where you get them.
Yeah, you can't buy them. I don't think you can.
And just the fact that it's... Oh, it's still a consumable item, but the fact that it's... You can inflict slow poison, which is actually technically the good poison in this game, if you don't mind being patient. You'll eventually get to a boss where you're like... I'm gonna throw shit at you, boss. This is not, and I'm gonna swing at you, boss. Oh, more cocktails. By the way, the next area in Code Vein is a desert city. As long as the floor's not on fire, then alright, I'm good. I lost more health to exploration. I feel like I lost as much health from exploration as I did from fighting enemies. Like in my total time through the burning city. And even after I got like all the vestige core piece things, I was like, do I need more? And whenever it was like, I was like, there's still one more, but you gotta do the boss. I was like, oh no. And then, like, after the boss, and it was like, all right, you get this core. I'm like, oh, thank goodness I didn't end up fucking myself. All right, good. I am starting to really like Code Vein. Because at first, it was like, all right, it's like Dark Souls. I pick up weapon. I pick class. I put on armor, and I do thing. The amount of synergy that you can have by mixing different skills is like, oh no, I have to figure out how this goes.
Oh, fuck is it? He's doing the backward.
He's throwing them back at you.
Oh my god, he's got the backward Molotovs. The Molotov on a rope.
Oh, that's a dude. I thought it was just a regular,
No.
enemy, and I'm like, that's bullshit. You're also going to be able to see Sora in the cockpit, but I think they changed it because it'd make customization harder to make. Oh, okay. Huh. No, instead slowing sand that rapidly drains your E-core. Oh, yay. I do have a bunch of, I think, E-core concentrates, but you can only have, like, 5 of those with you at a time. So, And the boys down there.
Well, I died down here somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I'd imagine that one of the people
Oh, I forget.
around here might have it. But I killed everybody before I got there, so it's actually probably just past that.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and kill some people in case I see glowing eyes.
I'll just go ahead and kill some people. Oh, okay. Use their abilities wisely. Okay. I don't know that there's... I might have not vaccines, the stuff that gives you higher resistance, but is it just Well, I guess I'll find out. Maybe it infects you with leak, I think is the thing. Inhibits where you can't use it, and leak is when you lose equal. I don't know that there's like an item that gives you better resistance to that. Do you ever think about how Ants and Secret of Darkness and Xemnas were able to just make artificial versions of a literal moon? I forgot. I forgot about that. Because like the Kingdom Hearts, like in World of Neverwoods, it just looked like a fucking moon. Dang, I wonder if it would have worked if it was like an artificial or whatever Kingdom Hearts. Would it be like him brute forcing open regular Kingdom Hearts, or is this like a totally separate thing that might backfire? I found out the hard way. I didn't know that the sand was draining my equal. Oh no. That's gotta suck if you think you have some, then you try to use a skill on an enemy, like, in the heat of combat, and nothing happens. I flip-flop back and forth between wanting to put on abilities that make me have, like, higher weapon drain, so that, like, I get more EQ back from hitting enemies. But then I'm like, I only ever really try to either backstab or parry them, and whenever I do that, I just get 6 EQ back, so that's fine. I don't really need higher. I don't know if that will make backstabs give me more. I think it's just regular swings. Fun fact, Kingdom Hearts in the original days actually gets bigger over time. It starts off tiny and then gets to the size it is in Kingdom Hearts 2. I like that better than just, oh, there it is, just in Kingdom Hearts 2 and it always looks the same. Like, I know it's supposed to, like, be symbolic of it's getting stronger, but it just looked the same. I'm like, I know that any different thing has happened. Oh.
Okay.
Whoa, that's malarkey.
Fucking hell.
And he had, like, no health left. So, overall playing this game, what have you learned?
Parry and stuff.
Okay. Because usually when I play like a new game, it teaches me something that I'm like, oh, I can probably apply this to other games. Whenever I played like the Souls games, like I learned timing and patience. And I think that's it. It wouldn't let me learn anything else. Otherwise, I'd lose those two things. The Emerald Serenades are so annoying in days. That's what they're called. Okay, because I know there's like Requiems, Serenades, like all these different musical terms, but I can never remember those. So I would just say like the color and then just like Requiem or blah, blah, blah. And usually whoever I was talking to would be like, oh, I know what you mean.
There we go.
What was the most annoying, in your opinion, Memento? Which Kingdom Hearts game were the Emerald Serenades most annoying in? Because like in Chain of Memories, you can just play a higher card and then boop, all right, the thing doesn't happen. Second game, it feels like you feel like too quick and able to like whack them too quickly. I guess because the first game's the most clunky, I feel like maybe that's my answer. But I also haven't played like the newer games in a bit. That works.
See, I don't know.
Emerald Serenades only show up in days. It's a big green thing that you have to ambush in order to kill it. Oh, I'm thinking of like the tiny green ones. The ones that like jingle like bells and they heal whatever Heartless is nearby. Is that Green Rhapsody, Green Requiem, Green something? Hello there. What a death sound. Ah! Green Requiem. Okay, that one. I think probably most annoying the first game just because combat was clunky. But if you like played the game enough and you knew like, all right, those are the Healy boys, it's not like they were hard to kill. If you're new, just like, oh wow, there's a lot of guys on the screen, and I'll just start swinging, and I'll get the big guy first. Like, that's the only time it was really a problem. But I guess they did make them absorb all magic, so that's kind of like the trade-off of like, you have to get to them quickly, and you have to whack them. No magic, otherwise you make it worse. Oh, okay, it's the it's the swing you played. I just heard whoosh and saw nothing, and I was like, Garrett! I kind of miss and actually I'm curious about what your thoughts on this to chat. Do y'all miss how they did like treasure, like the chests, and like they had trinities like in the first Kingdom Hearts, and it wasn't just all right by just going through you get these. Like originally there was some where you're like, it's on that ledge, how do I get to that ledge? Maybe I'll have to come back later. Like, it gave you a reason to come back later to do things. And then in future games, it just feels like they just have the chests just out in the open. You're just like, oh, look, more stuff. And there was, like, no trinities, like, no real reason to come back later in case, or unless, like, Kingdom Hearts 2, you needed, like, high jump level 3 to, like, reach this thing. I don't know. I just miss the old way that they did the treasures and stuff. They might have done it differently, like in Kingdom Hearts 3, but I've only played through Kingdom Hearts 3 once. And I don't even think that, like, I hated Kingdom Hearts 3. It was just, it was so much. Like, after I was done, I was like, I need a break. Because, like, there are some games that I can finish and be like, all right, I'm starting over again. This is great. Now I'm going to play through with the knowledge that I learned. But this one was like, nah, I need time. I think also because I tried to get Ultimate Weapon.
Uncanny Saw Spear.
Does it say stat difference?
Well, it's worse than what I got right now, but it says uncanny.
Can you do a side-by-side for me? Of, like, statsies? Uncanny has better skill scaling. It goes from an E to a D. But it's also unupgraded, so at that level, even if it has higher scaling, not the best at the moment.
Well, Cane has the best skill.
It's a good skill. It's more of a quick weapon than a whappy weapon. But still.
Oh, I just took an antidote by accident.
Well, now you're super good. I think having to get special abilities to find certain things is cool. What sucks in Days is that you have to beat the game to get high jump level 3. Oh, really? I forgot about that. For the music guys in Days, there's Pink Concerto, Scarlet Tango, Sapphire Elegy, Striped Aria, a Turquoise March, and a Yellow Opera. Oh, I like how those kind of Heartless is like a color, but then like a musical term. I like that. The only other like music-related Heartless I can remember was, I think it was Kingdom Hearts 2. They were probably in multiple areas, but I remember them being in Olympus Coliseum, where they would just like play a tiny trumpet, and they would heal whoever was nearby. Those were adorable. And Emerald Serenade. Just bapping around. Sheesh, sheesh. And you try to walk on it without hitting it, and then it just crumbles.
Beast possessed soul.
It's the boy. Oh. Woo. He's a mean boy.
I've faced a guy like this before.
On 169. 2 weeks ago. Another annoying Heartless are the ice crystals and icy cubes. They fight different in Days than Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, those. Okay. Were the icy cubes, those were Agrabah, I think. That's awesome.
Shit.
He was very upset. The boss Heartless in Days are pretty cool, though. I do remember, like, when I went through Days, and they had... The boss Heartless just felt like, oh, it's not a boss. It feels like, oh, I've just stumbled upon a strong Heartless. Like, it felt more like, yeah, given time, this is what a Heartless would turn into, instead of just like, oh, it's just a strong one. Maybe it's because they had more, like, effects or whatever, like, debuffs that bosses could inflict on you or enemies could inflict on you. Like, lower defense, you can't jump, your accuracy or whatever. Like, you can get blinded. I think that might have made it more fun for me. Someone shot you. Oh, my goodness.
Serious.
Now you can only get me if you come and help me with the boss. I also watched a video by Nick McSlayton, which Heartless would be the organization. It was pretty cool to think about. Ooh, that is interesting. Zigbar's was a Sniper Wild. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Like, they're corresponding ones. Let me think. Gosh, there's so many Heartless. Most of the Heartless that I remember are just like from the first game because I played that one the most. Because I guess for like the different elemental ones, you can just be like, oh, the I don't know the music-y ones, like how there's the green Rhapsody, like all the different colored ones. I guess you could have each of the elemental ones, like that's that organization member. But like for Syx, who would that be? Like, would it be Defender? That dude's like a shield, not like a big hammer thing, or not like a big tomahawk. I think Demix was a Turquoise March. Oh, okay. God, I do like thinking about that. Even though it's like, well, this doesn't affect the story in any way. It's like, yeah, but that would be like I'd like to know that. Brow. Brow. You found your moment. Hey, Igor. I never played Kingdom Hearts. What is it about? You want to field this one, Memento? I think you base it off of strength, element, attacks. What debuffs they affect? Oh, okay. Kingdom Hearts. What if they took Final Fantasy characters and put them inside of a universe where each Disney movie had its own world that existed within that universe, and you could fly with a rocket ship to each one? And what if there was this overlying? There was this darkness that's happening in the background that's trying to like destroy everything, and it's like affecting those worlds. Like, how can you save them? And it's like the regular story of those movies, but like, what if at some point you got dropped in? Like, how would the story change from there? That's the first one. How you describe it as kid gets giant-ass key and goes to fight darkness with Disney characters. That's also very accurate, yeah. Oh yeah, your posse is Donald and Goofy. Donald's a badass wizard, and Goofy's just a guy with a shield that basically learns how to just bonk the shit out of enemies. Because I think they're like, you can't give them swords. I think like that was the caveat for Disney. Like, you can't give them like weapons like guns and stuff. So they gave Donald a wand, let him electrocute the shit out of stuff. And they gave Goofy a shield that he could just beat the shit out of people with. Which I think is like more badass than if they gave him a sword. Long story short, Kingdom Hearts is a Disney /fiction, or a Disney /Final Fantasy crossover game.
They did end up giving a guy a sword gun.
Oh yeah, Squall Leonhart. He was in the first. Well, he was in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I do like they actually had him like show like the gun blade, and whenever that came out, like in Final Fantasy, had him like, oh, you can have a sword gun, and like, yeah, they sort of kind of existed, but they weren't as awesome as you think they were.
I gotta pee real quick.
Okay, I'll entertain. James, we have a new person to a doctorate Kingdom Hearts. It's like that game was like a majority of my childhood, and it sort of helped shape how I view like. Oh, come on, brain. This sounds silly, but like that game kind of like taught me like, oh, like this is what right and wrong is. Like, I know like obviously, yeah, there's real world lessons and stuff, and, like in real life that do that, but like the game also shows that like sometimes good people do bad things and bad people do good things, and like that helped more than like an adult trying to explain it to me. Like, I got to see that happen. And like, if you play it as an adult, then you might be like, oh, okay, yeah, like it's a kid's game. Kid is like on this island and he goes out to save the universe. Like, I'm gonna save the world. And then like as you go through the game, you see this character grow, like kind of like with you as a person, and you're like, oh, whoa. This started out as like a sort of kid's game, and now we're like contemplating the concept of existence and like what it means to be alive. And it's still a Disney game. One of us. I'm admittedly a newer fan. It's kind of funny seeing OG fans talk about it. I feel like a spy. Oh no, you're welcome. And anyone that picks up the game at any point in their lives and just says like, I like this. This makes me feel happy. Like, all right, you're part of the group now. You're at Adventure now, kid. And gosh, I remember. I wonder if this was a thing. Like, if you ever thought about this, like my friends, like whenever like Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, and like, oh, nobody using they had special powers. Me and my friends, we were like such nerds. We were like, if you had a nobody name, what would it be? And like, what would your power be? And like all that stuff. We were like super. I don't know another word other than like we were like super fan fiction-y fans of like if we could have our own OC and like put it in like, what would it be, and like all that stuff. I am OG. I got into it back in 2019, 2020, dropped it after several years, then got back into it last August. Oh yeah, so you started like right whenever Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. And the fact that that game, you get through a certain point in the game, and then it would give you like a Kingdom Hearts 2. Watch the recap. Like in the game, it like had to remind you of like, here's what happened in the other games. We need you to know it so it makes sense. Watching that, I'm like, oh, I know this stuff, but like, oh gosh, how is someone who's like not as familiar gonna feel about like, here's the lore dump from the old games. You need to know this for now. But I guess it says Kingdom Hearts 3, so you figure there's at least 2 before it, if you didn't know that, oh, there's all these other ones. They fight Loki and Vader 2. They might have Star Wars in the next one. I don't know how I'd feel about it, but it would be interesting to see nonetheless. Then, like, I guess you could, like, rule that, like, I guess the Force only exists in that world, or that universe, or whatever, and that's why they've never seen or used it before. I really like Kingdom Hearts 3. Pacing was weird, yes, but it was great either way.
I did hear it was slower than the other ones.
The story, you get snippets of it through the beginning, a bit in the middle, and then you get like 75+% of it at like the very end. Which, and some people might be like, you know what, I like that kind of payoff. But for me, like, I'm 40 hours in, I'm only like halfway through the game, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, why am I here? Like, I know it's the next world, but why am I as a character? Why am I here right now? I have no stakes in this other than Sora's a good boy and he wants to help. But I will say, I really did love, like, in the like the previous games, you just have, like, magic, attack, item, drive, like, all that. But they added Keyblade transformations in 3, or, like, if you kept a combo going, your Keyblade would go from like a regular Keyblade to like, depending on which one you had, you could turn it into dual like Uzis and then just mow down an enemy with them.
James, I have a important question for you though.
Yeah.
Okay, no Keyblades. Would you be able to kick the shit out of Sora?
Oh, without Keyblades, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure most people could.
He
hasn't had to learn how to fight without a weapon because he's always had a weapon.
I would kick the shit out of Sora.
I absolutely believe
for that
yeah.
fucking emote he always pulls.
You really hate that.
The smug little e, and then
then he leans back and he puts
swaying
both
his
hands
hips
behind
and
his
is
neck.
like, dude, you're just asking for a slap.
Now, medium difficulty, Goofy.
I would wipe
he
the
has a shield,
floor
though.
with Goofy.
Okay.
I would wipe the floor with Goofy.
All right, hard mode.
I would make him shit his pants and that stuff his nose in it. That's
Alright.
how bad it would be.
All right, what about Donald?
I would eat Donald.
I don't think I would. I think I might die.
I would eat Donald alive and then gain his wizard powers.
You're a sorcerer that thinks you know how it works.
Yeah, you have to eat. You have to eat your master.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, in the world of D&D, that technically does work, depending on how strong the magical being is that you eat.
But then, like, you're the magical equivalent of a white person and can't handle that much spice, and then you just die.
Oh, no. I'm magical white.
I'm magic white bread.
Oh, no.
Wondrous bread.
I love that. Oh, no. Can they ride inside Lightning McQueen?
I think that'd be a kink for him.
Well,
I think they're technically like insects.
Oh, yeah, I saw that thing.
There's a game theory, I think, that did something on that.
Yes, I believe so.
The anatomy of a car from Cars.
Like, I saw, like, little, like, is this what it looks like
They have
inside? And it's like, oh,
eyes.
gosh. Yeah, exactly. try not to spoil. I'll do my best. There were less words, but they made up for that by making each story an hour longish. Yes, like each story on each world in Kingdom Hearts 3. Like in Kingdom Hearts 2, it just felt like the story was like maybe half an hour or something. It felt like 4 times as long, if not longer, in each Kingdom Hearts 3 world. And I kind of like that, but there were times where I'm like, are we almost done? Are we almost done? But overall, I really liked it. I was not a big fan of the attractions. Like, it was fun that, like, oh, you can have this extra ability to do massive damage with Heartless. I'm like, all right, cool, sweet. Do I have an option to turn it off? Not unless, at launch, it was, nope, you always have to have it. And then later they were like, all right, we patched it so that if you play on the hardest difficulty, you get an ability called, like, critical, basically, instead of getting attractions, it, like, converts that into something different. And I'm like, all right, so if I want to play and don't have that little blinky light of, hey, use this thing pop up every 5 seconds, and I have to do that. And I was like, Joe, best part of Kingdom Hearts 3, let it go. Oh, gosh.
We have to run through this pretty quick. You have a cannon.
Can't wait to see a MILF Aunt Cass poster. If that was like an Easter egg of like, not like a super like over the top one, but like a, just like an eyebrow raise, like kind of poster. Like people now would be like, oh, I know what they're going for, but like I wonder if in the future they'd just be like, what is this? Like after like the meme has like run its course as all other memes do. Dude, I remember deleting all my progress in Kingdom Hearts 3 when I beat the Caribbean on accident. Had to buy PlayStation Plus to restore it because I did not want to redo 30 hours work again. Dude, I understand that. I've accidentally like deleted. Sorry. I've actually accidentally like deleted progress before and been like and I like very quickly had to download save data. Because I was worried, like, if I don't do it now, then, like, every X amount of time or whatever, I think you can set it to where, like, automatically backs up your save progress every X amount of time. And I was like, I have to do it now, otherwise it's going to upload the fucked up, like, new game or whatever saved out. I have to do it now. Luckily, it never happened in Kingdom Hearts. I think it was only Dark Souls? I think it was one of the Souls games, maybe. Or it might have been Neo. Which, that is much more annoying. It's like, what if there was Dark Souls, but we also give you 3 different techniques or forms of combat you can do. Fast, balanced, strong, like Jedi Academy style. And there's also different weapons that have different movesets in each of those styles. Have fun learning that while trying to not get murdered by everything. Out of all the worlds, which did you enjoy most in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Oh, shit. That's not good. That's a lot of blood I just lost.
I have very vague memory. I don't remember much about Kingdom Hearts 3 at all. I do really like Toy Story just because of Woody's sick burn that he gives to the baddie. You're just acting like this because nobody's ever loved you. Woody the toy said that in the Kingdom Hearts game. Like me.
Listen here, fucko.
Yeah, like me as like a 25-year-old boy or whatever was like, ah. Like, that's worse than just stabbing him in the dick.
You are a toy.
You're a sad, strange little man. You have my pity. And I love how he does, like, the Vulcan or whatever, like, the Klingon where, like, you separate the two fingers in the middle, like the Star Trek sign.
The Ninja Turtle hand.
The Ninja Turtle hand, yeah, he did that. And, like, as a kid, like, I knew nothing of Star Trek. So I'm like, oh, so he knows about that somehow. Or he thinks that's real. That's a mean boy.
There, you got my soul.
I do like that whenever they get your souls, they don't instantly become, like, exponentially stronger based on the souls you lost. They're still just the boys. I like the Caribbean because I love driving the ship and taking down other ones. I forgot about that. I hated having to... Oh, no. It's okay. I did like driving around the ship. I hated the crab bit where you have to hunt for crabs. I hated that so much. Only because, like, the area, the where they could be, like, that whole search area, like, was so big that I was like, oh no. Maybe it was because I have, like, ADHD, and I was like, well, I can't focus on this. Or it could totally just be that other people were like, yeah, this is a lot. If in Toy Story all the toys are alive, I would hate to be Andy's mother's toys. Yeah, I've heard that joke before, and that always made me wonder, like, so are anything that resembles a living thing in the world of Toy Story, is it actually alive? Or is it only children's toys because they believe them to be alive? But then that, well, I guess if that was the case, then, like, kids who, like, lose their toys, which is like a Toy Story 2 thing, if they lost them and then got other ones, then I guess there's a hole in that theory. There are other people who would be into that, though. Oh, yeah, probably. That's the HBO version. Ow. You know, anything about the Caribbean is the chest being scattered around multiple islands. I do like open world type thing, though. Yeah, that was kind of fun. That, like if I didn't have to get the crabs and they were just like, if you want treasure, go out and find it, then I'd be like, all right, yeah, fine, sure. But the fact that I had to do it for, like, to progress, I was like, And throughout most of the Kingdom Hearts games, like, maybe not the first time I played through, like, originally, like, as a kid, like, up to Birth by Sleep, like, I didn't hunt down every single secret and chest and, like, sticker and all that. But, like, whenever I played 3, I was like, I'm gonna try to get, like, all the chests. And then, like, after, like, half of the game, I'm like, I'll have to come back to this later. I'll be right back.
Alright, I got that lady. I'm guessing that's the progression area. But now I must see if there's anything down here. Any items, any nefarious types. Guess I can go ahead and kill these dogs. Is there a guy on the fucking cannon? There we go, I got him. Alright, now I just move on. Oh, rat. And there is a weird glob monster. I don't know if he's here, but he likes to hang out sometimes. He hangs out on the ceiling and then drops on you. Alright. I might be able to upgrade twice whenever I go back up there.
All right, I've thought more about the Toy Story, the toys coming to life, and what makes them come to life, because I don't remember which one, but in one of the Toy Stories, I think it might have been 4. They come across like a spork, like somebody put like Google eyes on, and like
Humanoid.
yeah, like basically like put random things on like a spork to make it look like a stickman kind of thing. And then he came to life and he was basically like, existence is pain. And like several times he tries to off himself. And I was like, oh my God. Or I don't know if he like tried to off himself, but like I thought he like tried to like jump out of a moving car because he was like, I don't want to be. And I was like, oh shit, oh no.
I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I ran around this whole place. There's nowhere on the bottom, nowhere on top.
I guess just follow the bodies. If you find a body that moves and you haven't been there. Well, I guess you have died a few times, but I guess still leaving trails of bodies helps leave like a little I've been here kind of thing to the old brain box. Spork was a mood though, yeah. Oh, hi.
There it is.
Oh, hi. I don't like that. Meh. Like, get it right in the ass.
Okay, I got it. Alright.
All right, yeah, yeah.
nothing. That was the weird spider lady that shows up when you're insane.
Oh, she only started showing up after you had higher insight?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I don't know where we're supposed to go here.
Have you pulled the switch to unlock the door yet?
Oh, wait a minute. Now this is a...
Is it a different thing?
Yeah, I need to... This is one of the side doors whenever you go in that little hallway where forward is boss battle. The side is just extra shit. So this is forward.
Okay.
Is there a...
I hate whenever I forget that, like, I go down the side bit and I'm like, but it's a dead end. And I forget, like, oh, this is not the main path. I've had that happen so many times where I'm like, am I stuck?
I'll need to see if I can upgrade myself before I...
Fitted sort of labyrinth layer 1.
See if I, how many times I can upgrade myself. Ooh, hang on. Am I able to upgrade anything here? Nope. Well, I can get this guy.
And not that long, it might overtake. If you fully upgrade the Uncanny Saw thingy, eventually it will be better than your regular one. Just because if it's the same everything else, but it has one higher, whatchamacallit, stat scaling. Depending on how different the base stats of them are. Real life size Andy silicone doll would gain life. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's something they never really explained. Like what makes them come to life. Suddenly, you just hear like news broadcasts all throughout Japan of just like sex dolls coming to
Yeah.
life. I wonder if they'd be chill or if they, well, not chill. Like, I wonder like if they would like stage like an uprising. Tower of the Lair 2. How many times has this happened? Where's my mouse? There it is. Happened quite a few times. Overall, total frames are fine. Rawr. Local madman solving the nearby homeless population problem. Garrett, you're helping unemployment.
Nice. Yeah, it just goes back to the big room.
If you think about it, you're a man of the people.
Oh, no, he's dead. Okay, there's like no other doors.
I guess they just like to hang out in here. Yeah.
Is this the rat room? Oh,
This is a lot of boys' room. Whoa! There's a dead thing in there. Ooh, boy. I love after they hit you, they just kind of stand there like, I forgot what I was doing, and they just don't move at all. They don't even go back to what they were doing. They just kind of stand there. We killed him. I didn't think that I'd get this far. It'd be nice if your little skelly boys that like stay at your missiles that are just holding it up, if like you could have like a spell in this game where you could like summon one, they just kind of come out of the ground, just like grab the boss's ankle and make them trip, because it looks like they come out of nothing, but maybe they can only be near the missiles. But I guess that's why it would be a spell, like you'd be using your own power to call them to help. Arr. Oh, it's a big boy. I love how the big boy waited for all the small boys to die before he did anything to help. Damn, good job, Garrett.
right.
I don't like having English the first language. Oh, me too. I've there's sometimes I see just words on a comment or a video and I'm like, eyes were a mistake. What to what? Oh. For some reason I thought this was the same place. Whoa!
Oh, fuck, dude.
Oh, okay. Did he cheat? But no, I guess that's his regular animation, is to throw two. Maybe you need surgical long gloves.
That might help.
It can help you with the giblet inspections. I remember, I think, one of the weapons you could get from the shop or buying it or whatever. It was the same item that that boy that was on the minigun was using. And, like, from the description, it basically said, it makes, like, visceral attacks hurt more. Which is basically, whenever you parry and do the giblet, yeah, it has a higher damage modifier. But it also didn't look like it was a light weapon. It looked chunkier. It's really funny how it still throws them at you after you. Yeah, like, just to make sure. Just... You're the kill it with fire target for that one guy of, nope, don't trust it, burn him more. Although I imagine after seeing that schnoz on you, I think I might be the same way too. I love how it just gave it to the rat. Like, yeah, we'll let him have the responsibility of being the one that killed you. Okay, I couldn't tell which one was alive. I just saw a whole pile moving. Cold Blood Dew. It's the new Mountain Dew flavor. Wait, what? Okay, I'll look at the mark. What does that give?
I think it's like, go back to your bonfire
Oh, yeah.
without losing anything.
Well, whenever you get those, it unlocks more things to buy. Bloodborne badges.
Oh, it was a badge?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see.
I thought it was. No, it's not. Bolt Under's mark.
Mark, awaken anew without losing
Oh,
your
it's just poofing back to last save. Okay. Mark, not badge. My mistake.
So that leads to boss.
Everything light touches is yours. Unfortunately, it's Bloodborne. Well, most of the places where the sun is shining normally in this game, wouldn't say they're tame, but they're better than the darker places. So, like, I'm counting the inside of a castle. Like, the light's not getting in there, so I don't have to worry about that. I might get inside the outer rooms, but I don't have to go to the core where the big bad is. What's something that made you smile recently? All right, I'll answer this one, Streamlabs. Last night, whenever my characters that I DM for, whenever they level up in a game, instead of just taking the average HP that you get whenever you level up, what I will do is both the player and I will roll whatever their class hit die is to see how much health they get, and we just take whichever one's higher. And then, like, as we were going through each person, I was, like, saying something funny for, like, rolling, like, for HP. And then I got to Peyton, and I was like, all right, let's roll that H-Pizzle. And then, like, as soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, shouldn't have said that. And then everyone looked at me. I'm like, I know. It sounded bad as it was coming out. I smiled when you weren't your Streamlabs. Fair. Oh. Ha 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 ha.
Got him.
His friends come by. What happened? He fell.
Oh, I
Got a thing? So it made me smile recently. Well, when my ex was still with me, that was 10 years ago. That's the last time I smiled. You happy now, Streamlabs? Ow. Not to worry, we're here to bring smiles. Oh, that's good. Well, depending on what it goes on.
Alright, now time to fight the boss. Let's get him.
You get to the boss room, and it's just like a bunch of skeletal toddlers just hobbling towards you. No. That happened in Dark Souls 1 when I think I was in Tomb of the Giants, and I got close to the boss, which I think was Nido, which is like Skeleman Boy. And then you just see like a bunch of like baby skeletons like hobbling towards you, and I was like, nah, no, I don't even like think like, oh, they're gonna kill me. Just nope, I'm not dealing with this. Like the fact was they didn't even do damage. It was that there were so many of them and their hitboxes were so small that they could actually like circle around you, and because there's unit collision, you couldn't just run past them. You'd be stuck on them, and then you would get like lightly like bapped to death by their tiny arms. Like, yeah, you could swing at them, but like depending on your armor, they could stagger you out of like trying to hit them just because there were so many.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, it's just a pig. Never mind, it's not just the pig, it's the bad pig. Goodness me.
Oh, it was throwing its voice. I thought there was two for a second.
Should play the forest. I've heard of that game. I think I've seen a bit of gameplay about that. I think that's where you like crash land on some sort of deserted island. Not sort of deserted island, but there's like tribals or whatever they're on there. I guess that describes a lot of games.
Roasted pig.
Oink.
Oh,
Whoa!
shit.
Well, I guess now you know. Oh, that I don't like the teeth on that pig.
Wilbur.
How you feeling?
I mean, he's definitely, I mean, pretty simple. He just fucking ran me over
'Cause
real bad.
You fought like one of them pigs before, but I'm guessing it wasn't that level of strong.
No.
Or is this just
yeah, it
boss
wasn't.
version?
This is just boss version, I think.
Okay. Because like you took out like the regular pig
That was
and,
a
like,
sneak attack.
with like a sneak attack and maybe like one swing if you even had to hit it at all after. Oh. That the jagged way it moves, that unnerves me. Good, Garrett. Good.
Kill him. Kill him now.
Kill the pig, you can steal its teeth for your own mouth. That's how it works. So I have chicken beak with me.
Son of a bitch. All right. Well,
You need a break?
I think we can call it there.
Okay.
I've defeated a bunch of bosses today.
You did good. Good job, Garrett.
Thank you. Love you. Tomorrow,
12:30.
12:30 Central Standard Time PM.
We'll be playing Code Vein.
Code Vein.
We hope you enjoyed, and we hope you all have a great day.
Bye. Goodbye.